Hello everyone, welcome. Peach Girl Games welcomes you back to another live stream of Code Realize Wintertide Miracles. Again, I have with me my little brother,
Frank Blair, from Frank's Gaming Episodes, also known as.
So last time, when we left off, I realized I didn't save my game.
Yeah. It's a good thing we caught that early, though.
Because I wasn't happy with the volume, so we were doing a test. And that's how I caught it. So, I'm back up to speed. So, we're back to where we were before when I left off last time. And so, I'm starting off this time only a few hours prior. This is heavy. Not to mention
Hello,
big.
Strutmaster. Hello, welcome to the stream, Dad.
Hello, Strutmaster. Welcome to the stream. I can't even see ahead of me. She's carrying lots of stuff. Both arms full of paper bags, I walk unsteadily through the city. Many a mickle makes a muckle, or so it's said. That is the oddest saying ever. I don't even know what a mickle is, or a muckle. Okay, moving on. Even if it is mostly wool and cloth, this much of anything is bound to be heavy. And even ignoring its weight, the fact that I can't even see where I'm stepping is more than a little scary. That's Finis, her little brother. Thanks, Finis. It's thanks to you that I didn't topple over. As I tripped over a rock and stumbled, his hand started out to support me under my arms. Yanking away the luggage as though he's snatching it from me, Finis sighs.
Maybe.
They were having a sale, so I figured I should buy extra. Besides, none of it will go to waste. Crud.
What happened? What's going on?
I messed up. Shoot.
Losing my opportunity for a retort to Finis's perfectly sound argument.
I walk beside him.
It's a particularly cloudy winter day.
Finis and I went to a nearby town to buy extra provisions and goods. We are making preparations for our Christmas visit to London, a place we haven't seen in quite some time. As such, we're also in the process of collecting materials to craft gifts for my dear friends whom I haven't seen in just as long.
Get out.
No, I disagree. It's been ages since we've all gathered. Besides, I want to make up for the words of gratitude that I wasn't able to speak before. I did tell them, of course, how grateful I was for everything. But even so, all that I received from everyone isn't something that I can ever return with words alone. Thus, my gifts, handmade and personalized for each person. In response, Finis averts his eyes and mutters. Pardon?
別に何でもない。勝手にすればって言っただけだよ。
I wonder how you rewind on this thing. Finis puffs out his cheeks and starts walking at a faster pace. Oh, no need to get so sulky, Finis. I'm planning to make you something too. Such a sweet big sister. Gloves to match mine. Oh, and how about a hat to match Sissy? A small dog with a prosthetic leg and official head pat, recipient of Lupin's crew. Sissy is quite fond of the heroine, as well as gnawing on Impy.
拗ねてないし。というか犬と同じって姉さんの中の僕はどういう扱いなの？
Such a bratty little brother. To think he used to be the leader of the criminal organization Twilight. Hard to believe. We finish our shopping and board the automobile, Finis taking the wheel. The engine quietly sputters as we depart. We drive slowly around the town. As the cityscape passes by behind us, I see gold and silver ornaments here and there waving around. Decorations that adorn pine trees during the Christmas season. Each shape represents a different meaning. Bells ward off evil spirits. Stars represent the Star of Bethlehem. And apples represent the tree of life from the Garden of Eden. I didn't know that. Prominent headlines have been shouting from the rooftops about London's Christmas festival along with its reconstruction celebrations. Many cities of the United Kingdom have shown their support. Surely this town is but one of them. Even shops here in the remote countryside are decorating in anticipation for Christmas. I can only wonder, then, how lively and elaborate London will be. At the mansion, there's Lupin, Impy, and Saint Germain. Then there's Victor at the clinic, Sissy. I watch scenery pass by as I recall each of my friends who I'm sure to visit every time I'm in London. We have tea together, we chat, though hardly like things were before. At least I'm able to see them every some months. But then there's him, the one who travels alongside his partner all across the United Kingdom. I wonder where they are right now. Are Van Helsing and Deli journeying now, even in this freezing cold weather? A boy who inherited the name of the vampire king Delacroix. He had previously sworn revenge on Van Helsing, who killed his parents, but now that some time has passed, he is on a journey to protect the displaced vampires. My white breath scatters into the air as I gaze up at the high winter sky. The clouds move smoothly along. The light of the sunset already dims. Night begins to emerge from beyond the horizon. Van Helsing. A name leaves my lips along with my white breath, but dissipates just as quickly. I haven't seen him at all, ever since I left London. My dear, most cherished friend. Just like my former self, he pushed his happiness away, sinking into solitude. A man whose eyes bore a flame of deep sorrow. There were so many things I wanted to tell him. So many things. I continued to stare at the sky, as though I might see him staring back at any moment. This coming Christmas, for the first time in the longest time, Lupin's crew will gather, so perhaps I'll see him there in London. But that feels like an eternity from now. Yes, if only I didn't have to wait until Christmas. I want to see him right here and now. Van Helsing, I
didn't mean to say it out loud. My unconscious words turn to white and disappear. I could have prepared myself had I known I couldn't see her in the first place. But I came here planning to see her and couldn't. That simple fact is like a voice against my chest.
Ice.
Cardia. I haven't seen her since leaving London. My dear friend. Where could she be now? I wonder if she'll return to this mansion today. I glance up at the darkening sky, the radiant sunset ceding to night. I can already see the stars between the clouds. Winter evenings truly do arrive early. So early, in fact, that I can't help but voice my discontent.
冷えてきたな。
Even without a source of heat, there are many ways to stave off the cold. I have no doubt that I could endure it for a night, even a few days if needed, were it just myself here. But such is not the case presently.
大丈夫か、ドラクロは。
何のことだ。要は平気だぞ。これ式の寒さなど。
Poor Deli. He's so cold.
強がりはやめておけ。
強がってなどおらぬ。
Aww.
Though he may be stronger than any human, he is still a child after all. Shivering Deli tightly hugs the big bag that he carried. Inside are the precious gifts that he brought for the two siblings. The recipients, however, are still nowhere to be seen. If they're still not back this late, the chances of them returning at all are looking slim. Though he doesn't say so aloud, it's obvious that Deli is thinking the same thing. That they might not be coming back.
そろそろ行くぞ、ドラクロは。
待て、要は本当にまだ大丈夫なのだ。だからもう少し。
Delacroix stops mid-sentence as I show him the time on my pocket watch. The stagecoach would be making its rounds soon, at time is literally ticking.
これ以上待てば町に戻れなくなる。それに、寒さというのは自分が感じる以上に心身に負担がかかるものだ。彼女のことは
Poor Deli.
自分たちが待たせたせいでお前が倒れでもしたら気に病む。悲しませるのは お前も嫌だろ。
His eyes cast down, he lets out a sound somewhere between a whine and a groan. And just as he lets out a deep sigh, moments from conceding to me.
Oh dear. Here we go.
A flicker of light can be seen through the forest trees.
もう黙っててよ姉さん。ブレーキなんて故障しててもなんとかなるってば。
Oh, there's something wrong with their car. This is why I told you to get them checked. Anyway, watch out for that tree. An automobile darts straight towards us. Oh, that was supposed to be you. Oh well.
よけろ、ドラクロは。
Oh. Ow. Ow. The car comes to a halt in the tall grass in a grand fashion. Shaking off my dizziness, I stumble out of the automobile.
ほら、大丈夫だって言ったでしょ。
You're a
草むらで
terrible
ブ
little
レーキも
brother.
かかったし。
Yeah, I think the tree did. Oh, we broke all right. She's not happy. Perhaps it's because this automobile was originally obtained illegally when Twilight was disbanded. Oh, stealing cars, are we? Perhaps letting Envy alter it afterwards wasn't the wisest ideas. Or perhaps this entire vehicle had long since crossed the threshold of bad idea when we discovered traces of Nemo's tinkering. At this point, I don't even really care about the root of the problem. Examining the frame of the automobile with the busted brakes, I rest a hand on its hood. When suddenly...
カルディアにフィーニス。ようやく帰ってきたか。
Deli? With a high-spirited voice, a small framed shadow leaps onto Finis. That shadow is, beyond any shadow of a doubt, Delacroix II.
なんだよお前、どこから湧いて出た？
Where did you slither out from? That's... He's still Twilight-y. Deli and Finis frolic about like two puppies playing with one another. That's quite the antonym. Though owing to Deli's immense physical strength, it's really more of a one-sided affair. But what are you doing here, Deli? A voice from behind me answers my question.
カルディア。
Oh dear, the reunion. It's a voice that seemed to hesitate somewhat, as if to make its presence undeniable. It's a voice I know well. Even if it's been ages since we've met, there's no way I could possibly misinterpret it. After all, there wasn't a single day in which I wasn't reminded of him. Van Helsing.
ああ、
I
久しぶりだな。
like that smile.
本当に
It's so soft.
久しぶりだ。
Yes, it has, apparently.
随分な運転だったが、怪我はないか。
That was quite the parking maneuver. Wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Aw. Yes, I'm fine. Thank you. Van Helsing steps closer to me. He looks precisely as I remember him. Surely there are countless words better suited for a reunion. But something deep within me is paralyzed, and I'm stunned into an awkward silence.
ほーら、だから言ったではないか。待っていれば必ず帰ってくると。要は信じていたぞ。
Oh, you little thing. And Deli is really loud.
そんな言葉を聞いた覚えはないな。むしろ泣きそうになっていたはずだ。
Aww. Perhaps the two had grown closer during their journey. Van Helsing and Deli exchanged teases and taunts like they've known each other their entire lives. The scene fills me with nostalgia, and finally I manage to speak. I'm so surprised, though. I never thought you'd come all this way. If I'd known, we would have come back in a hurry.
Hello,
you
Babs
waiting
Blair. Welcome
all
to the
this
stream.
time? Hey, Babs. Welcome.
Yeah.
Liar. Uh-huh. You've been waiting for hours. Don't lie. Cardia's gonna catch her. So he says, but... Van Helsing softens his expression and casts his eyes slightly downward.
再開早々で済まないが、町までの最終馬車の時間が迫っている。私たちはそれで帰る予定だ。
Really? And we were finally able to see each other again. Parting again so soon. My joy quickly gives way to sadness. If only we hadn't gone out shopping so late, we could have talked a bit more.
そんな顔しないでくれ。私たちはこれからロンドンへ向かう予定だ。お前たちもロンドンの連中にクリスマスに誘われているのだろう。なら、そこでまた皆で会える。
I must wonder if his persuasive words are actually directed toward me. Van Helsing closes his eyes for a moment and then urges Deli.
さて。
Ah, well, bummer.
そろそろ。
Wait. Stay just a moment longer. Before I realize it, I stretch my hand out toward Van Helsing's hand, just as he turns. It's an action I never would have taken in the past when my body coursed with poison. I notice something the moment I tightly grab his hand. You're so cold. Such is his temperature that even through his gloves, I can tell how cold his hands are. Van Helsing, just one moment if you would. Before he can push himself away from me, I gently bring my hand to his cheek. Slowly running my fingers across his face, I feel a smoothness and coolness not unlike that of a sculpture. His flustered and bewildered cheek was like ice, suggesting that he was victim to the freezing wind's bite for quite some time. Oh! Mr. Blushy. You don't really get to see him blushy very much. Van Helsing, be honest with me. Did you really just get here? Caught?
冬の屋外だからな。肌が冷えるのは当たり前だ。
He's totally lying and avoiding. Perhaps it's because he doesn't want to worry me. But Van Helsing is obviously trying to avert his eyes. But before I can press him further, Finis barges in between us, rolling his eyes. It's
無駄だよ姉さん。ヘルシングはいくら問い詰めても都合の悪いことは語らないタイプでしょ。
And so, prying Dilly off of him, Finis directs his next words to the future vampire king.
ねえドラクロは、さっきの通り雨は大丈夫だったわけ？洗濯物干したままだったからどうしようかと思ってたんだけど。
何を言っている？ここは夕方からずっと晴れて。
Easy.
なるほど。つまり最低でも夕方からここにいたってわけだ。
Oh. Oh, that's the leader of Twilight for ya. Dilly immediately shuts his mouth. But it's all too late. I look to Van Helsing, who's shaking his head with a scowl. You've been here since dusk?
大した時間ではない。気にするな。
Of course I'd worry. I can't believe I kept you two waiting in the freezing cold this entire time. I take Van Helsing's hand once more. Feeling it's cold, I'm silent for a moment, but then speak quietly. Anyway, please come inside. I'll prepare a hot soup.
いや、それでは馬車に間に合わないし、今夜の宿も探す時間が。
Stay here with us tonight. Surprise! In the blink of an eye, Van Helsing and Finis freeze, their faces alight with bewilderment. What?
That was funny.
Conversely, Dilly makes a bright and honest smile.
良いのか？あまりに急な話だと思うが。
Of course. It's not a problem at all. You two waited in the cold for so long, and besides, I think we have extra bedding.
いや、待ってよ姉さん。シングはほら、どこか行っちゃって。
Did we? Well, in that case, I'm sure there's plenty of room in the bed, Finis. And I sleep in...
と思ったけど思い出した。予備の寝具もちゃんとあったはず。
Easily manipulated. Finis, who only moments ago butted in anxiously, lets out a sigh loud enough for everyone to hear. Truth be told, I'm sure both Van Helsing and Finis have mixed feelings. Are you alright with this, Finis?
もう諦めたよ。姉さんがそうしたいなら、僕に止める権利があるわけじゃない。
Of course you don't.
それに、大丈夫も何も今更でしょ。僕だってロンドンではあの屋敷で一緒に泊まってたわけだしね。
And you, Van Helsing? Though I ask his opinion, I keep a tight grip on his cold hand.
わかった。
Van Van Helsing, whose eyes were closed up to this point in the conversation, looks at my hand and makes a dry smile.
せっかくの行為だ。ありがたく受け取ろう。
Aww. Now that we have guests, all that's left to do is prepare and make them comfortable. Van Helsing helps to start a fire in the fireplace and then puts away their luggage. Deli, meanwhile, helps Finis get out the various bedding. The two offered to help with dinner as well, but I politely declined. I need not go into details as to why. In any case, with twice as many hands, preparations went quickly. 4 people at the dinner table makes for a far more lively meal than just the usual 2 of us. They're eating dinner together, woo!
うまい。うまいぞ。冷えた体に染み渡るとはこのことを言うのだな。
He's so happy about everything. And loud. Right?
Mm-hmm.
いちいち反応が大げさなんだよ。姉さんが調子に乗るからほどほどにしといてくれるとありがたいね。
It's just something simple I whipped together in a hurry. Regardless, Deli smiles as he dips and eats a piece of bread into a steamy bowl of onion soup. I'm glad it's to your liking. And how about you, Van Helsing?
ああ。温かくて味もいい。腕が上達したのがよくわかるな。食材の切り方も美しいし、味のバランスも整っている。
Lively voices join the table where usually only Finis and I sit. It's an incomparable meal to Impy's cuisine, of course. But if it's good enough for even Van Helsing to compliment me on, it can't be too bad. Yeah, well, Van Helsing's cooking is like poison. Maybe, just maybe, I'm feeling a bit more confident about my cooking. In contrast to Deli, Van Helsing brings spoonsful of his soup to his lips quietly. Having invited him inside to warm up, one thing is quickly evident. Compared to when I first met him, his mannerisms and expressions have become drastically softer. His sharp eyes and facial features are the same as ever, but now his aloof nature seems to have subsided in favor of a far more gentle warmth. And he noticed she's staring at him. Oh, right, of course I am. I can't very well say that I was busy admiring his face and profile. I hastily tear off a piece of bread and toss it in my mouth. At any rate, Van Helsing, where have you two traveled most recently? Last I heard, you were going around up north in Scotland. Oh, another word for the glossary. One of the countries that constitute the United Kingdom. It occupies the northern portion of the United Kingdom and roughly 1/3 of it overall, including many islands on its coast. Its capital is Edinburgh.
ああ。保護政策についてはまだまだ話せない部分も多いのだが、いろいろとあってな。
About 2 hours pass over a hot meal and discussing our recent lives. We were all in agreement that the two visitors should rest as soon as possible tonight, after their long trek. And so, everyone went to their rooms a bit early. Although, judging from the nearby voices, Deli is probably in Finis' room telling him all about the details of the journey. In any event, I line up the sewing supplies in the living room where nobody is present. After all, there are plenty of gifts to make, and Christmas is fast approaching. Right, then, here goes nothing. Firing myself up, I begin my needlework. All the while, occasionally I'm distracted by sounds from an upstairs room.
さあ受け取るがいい。ヨが懸命に選んだプレゼントを。
はあ、何これ、ぬいぐるみ？なんかどっかで見たよ。
シシそっくりだろ。鼻メガネとどっちがいいか最後まで真剣に悩んでいたのだが。
So excited over a stuffed toy that looks like Sissy. As the needles quietly do their work, I can make out the energetic voices of Deli and Finis. To think, the former leader of a group that conducted the vampire war, and the son of the late vampire king talking merrily together. Not unlike Van Helsing and Finis, I'm sure the potential for a deep-seated hatred is there, but the two exchange joyful words nonetheless, as though they've been friends for many years. Who can say what led to this change in relationship? But I'm glad, so glad that they seem to be having fun together. But Van Helsing... I wonder if there will ever be a day when he and Finis will be able to laugh together. Thinking about him makes my chest tighten. Van Helsing seems so much more gentle than before. His expressions have softened, and his bullet-like deadly nature is now hidden away. And yet, even so, I have no doubt that he's still holding on to a pain from deep within his heart that I can't yet rid himself of. Oh, this won't do. Realizing that my hands have stopped, I reel in the string once more. Considering how many gifts there are to make, there's no time for idle hands. Christmas will be here before even I know it.
Cardia.
Oh, sneak attack. Ah. When did he get there? I hadn't noticed in the slightest. Van Helsing, I thought you were asleep.
子供二人が騒がしくてな。眠るには少し早いようだ。
Really? Maybe I should go tell them to keep down. I pretend to have not realized and do my best to hide the wool that I pushed under the table. Not that there's any way I could possibly hide this mountain of sewing supplies. Van Helsing regards the pile of cotton and cloth and cocks his head slightly.
針仕事の最中だったか。別に隠すようなことでもないと思うが。
Yeah, well, Mr. Oblivious, it's Christmas presents. I suppose so. It's just... Perhaps I should appeal to my maidenly secrecy, telling him it's a surprise as I am making his gift as well. I try my best to conceal my flustered state of mind as Van Helsing squints, touching the cloth that I've left out.
しかし、手芸か。お前がロンドンにいた時、やっていたような記憶はあまりないが。
Oh no. Something new. You're right. I've been teaching myself, though I'm not very good at it yet.
いや、よくできていると思うぞ。この作りかけのマフラーなど、 厚みがあって防御力も高そうだ。
And that's all he thinks about is defensive. Defensive properties, really, Van? Yeah, defensive properties? It's such a Van Helsing compliment. Though for whatever reason, it doesn't feel like that much of a compliment.
ただどれも作りかけのようだが少し色が落ち着きすぎていないか。お前ならピンクや赤の方が似合いそうな気がするが。
Yeah, me? I do like red, but I'm not so sure if pink would match. Honestly, I feel like that would better suit Impy or Victor. Oh, or maybe it will look cute on Sissy.
Impy? Shishi?
Oh dear. You just outed yourself, Cardia. I can regret my carelessness all I want, but it's too late now. As I clamp my mouth shut, a look of understanding washes over Van Helsing's face.
なるほど。だから慌てて隠したわけか。
Yep, you got it in one, Van.
だが、そこまで秘密にしておきたかったのならば、せめて自室でやるべきだったな。
It's out of habit just because I don't often have guests over. Chuckling like he's poking fun, Van Helsing takes each partially done item into his hands and examines them.
ルパン、フラン、インピー、伯爵。私のものはいいとしても。シシーの分にフィニスとドラクロワの分もあるのか。
Van.
I do.
なるほど。だがこのペースではクリスマスまでに完成するとは思えんな。
Well, I could take some of those pills Victor made that ward off sleep.
まったく。
Huh? He takes the knitting needles with an exasperated expression and briefly studies how they work.
この程度なら少し手習いすれば問題はないか。
Van's going to help with presents.
とりあえず私の分をなくせばいい。その分負担が減るはずだ。
Wait a moment, Van. He sees right through my plans and I shake my head. I appreciate the thought, but I'd feel bad if you helped. Even more so if I didn't make you something. Besides, I'm sure you're tired from your travels, so you should have a nice rest. Really, your consideration is more than enough. I'll just work extra hard from here on out. I gather up my scattered knitting materials as I strengthen my resolve. However,
却下だ、アルディア。
he got awfully close.
知らなかったならまだしも、こうして知った以上は見過ごすわけにはいかない。
He halts my knitting, grabbing my wrist with vigor as though he's pulling me in. He looks deep into my eyes, his face nearly close enough to touch mine. It's like his eyes are telling me that his mind is made up. My breath stops before I realize it, as he brings himself to a distance that would have been unthinkable before my poison was neutralized. But why?
できるだけ秘密にしたい気持ちも、自分一人でやり遂げたい気持ちもわかるが、それで完成しなくては意味がない。
True.
そもそも、私に知られた以上、もう秘密にしておく必要もない。
Well, no. It's a gentle voice, like one would use when talking to a small child. All the while, my chest grows ever more restless, and I can hardly focus on the matter at hand.
私の分も作るなとは言わない。ただ、最後に本当に余裕があればでいい。お前からのプレゼントなら、クリスマスでなかったとしても、
Aww,
その嬉しさは
he's
変わ
so
らない。
sweet and considerate. He smiles at me softly, and his hand gently patting my head is the coup de grace. Ugh. My legs practically give out from under me as I sit down in a chair and force out a meek voice. Thank you, Van Helsing. In that case, I'll take you up on your offer.
あ、任せておけ。
Twinkling glasses.
私なりのアレンジもしてやる。
Yeah, he really does apply his own touch. His touch? Sounds confusing. This is certainly an interesting development. That I'd be able to see Van Helsing again and we'd tackle a ball of yarn together. But now that we've come to an agreement and he'll be helping me make gifts, I have no time to waste. I have Van Helsing and Deli extend their one-night stay to a longer one, just short of Christmas itself. Further changing plans, we'd now head to London with the four of us together. Van Helsing and Finnis are still rather cold toward each other, but no sense worrying about that when we have to pick up our pace to make it for Christmas. Our progress fluctuates as we outpace one another back and forth. It's a tension not unlike that of the day before an airship race. An illegal airship race sponsored by the Mafia Union. On the final day of the event, Lupinus and his crew have a history in participating in and winning this race. Yeah. They went through literal just to win it. But all things considered, Van Helsing's technique is surprisingly solid. At this rate, we'll somehow squeak by.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, what?
Got a little problem.
But still, you're quite handy, Van Helsing. I never thought I'd see you knitting.
意外か?
Are you surprised? It may be hard to believe, but I used
よく母の手伝いをしていたんだ。それに、軍にいた時代も制服の階級章やボタンの縫い付けなど個人に任されている針仕事は多い。
That's true. I see. Now that I think about it, maintaining guns also requires precision, so Van Helsing's dexterity shouldn't come as any surprise. He's quite adroit. I can only wonder why his cooking turns out the way it does. Yeah, I wonder why. But some questions are best left unanswered. It was quite fun talking about this and that together as we knit gifts. It's nothing like the boisterous atmosphere we knew back at the mansion in London. Rather, this is a calm, quiet, and gentle, precious time. Though there are moments when I feel a bit restless when it's just the two of us. Thinking back to the time he taught me the fundamentals of martial arts and marksmanship. When we talked before parting at the station, we had plenty of situations in which just the two of us talked like this. But what I'm feeling right now is unlike what I felt during any of those times. It's a nervousness, a restlessness, but at the same time, I never want it to go away. I want this moment to continue forever. It's such an odd sensation. I wonder if Van Helsing feels the same way. I wonder if he cherishes this time together, just the two of us knitting. My mind is flooded with such thoughts. During one of those days, without so much as pausing my knitting, I said to Van Helsing, Van Helsing? Once Christmas is over, will you be returning to your travels?
そうなるな。
His response was somewhat hesitant.
吸血鬼保護政策については、レンフィールド公爵の力添えもあって、現在順調に進んでいる。だが、未だ人間側にも吸血鬼側にも反対の意見は決して少なくない。
Such a pity.
だからこそ我々は隠れた吸血鬼を探し、一人でも多くの賛同者を募る必要がある。この日を消さないためにも。
Right. The fate of a race hangs in the balance. The more I listen, the weight of what the two bear becomes more tangible. So I can't possibly say what I want to say. To ask him to stay with me a bit longer, even if it means putting aside his grand objective. I'll never stop wishing for a safe journey and a successful conclusion. But knowing you and Delhi, I have absolute confidence that you'll do well. Ultimately, those unremarkable words are all I can manage to say. And then, one night, a few days after Van Helsing began helping me knit, the day before heading to London, startled by the sound of a chime, I raised my head. The clock was loudly announcing the arrival of midnight. I rubbed my blurry eyes and massaged my stiff muscles, and Van Helsing stretches his long limbs. It's already this late, but we're nearly done.
ああ、仕上げは残っているが、これで一段落といったところか。
All that's left is wrapping everything, and that's that.
What?
It's all thanks to you, Van Helsing. Really, truly, thank you.
別にそうかしこまる必要はない。宿代のようなものだ。
But I want to thank you formally, so thank you so much. I stand from my chair and bow deeply. Van Helsing lets out an embarrassed laugh and then begins cleaning up neatly.
今夜はゆっくり眠るといい。明日の朝、ロンドンに向かうのだからな。私もさすがに少し疲れた。もう部屋に戻ることにしよ
う。Rest well. Good night, Van Helsing. Thus concludes the knitting workshop that took place over the course of a few days. Something in the back of my mind wants to tell me that we'll never have a chance to spend this much time together again. It's no surprise, then, that these words spill from my lips. How lonely. But I can't stop now. I check the wrapped presents atop the table. There's Lupin's, Impy's, Victor's, Saint Germain's, Sissy's, as well as Finis's and Deli's. That's definitely all of them. All of them, that is, but Van Helsing's. Alright, just one last thing. Returning to my room as I carry my tools and materials, I'm welcomed by a particular partially completed item on the table. It's something that Van Helsing can't help me with, no matter his persuasive skills. I must finish it with my hands alone. I'm racing against the clock, but I'm sure I'll finish it if I put forth my best work. Just you wait, Van Helsing. I take a deep breath, feeling a second wind wash over me, and resume this final job. And on that note, I think we're going to end this live stream off. So, please like, comment, share, subscribe. This is Peach Girl Games Out on Code Realize Wintertide Miracles.